Is this actually the moment we've been waiting for? Because the DJI Osmo Pocket 4 has just gone from whispered rumor to fully boxed retail units sitting on actual store shelves. And not just in China. We're talking sightings in multiple regions around the world. That's not a leak, that's a launch that's basically already happening. On top of that, a specific release date is now being tied to a retailer, not some random online forum, and everything is pointing to April 20th, 2026. So in this video, we're breaking down the confirmed specs, the expected pricing, and what's actually new about this camera, because there's more going on here than the spec sheet suggests. Trust me on this one. Stick around to the end because we've also got some interesting news about a possible Pro version that could change everything. Let's talk about why this launch feels different from the usual DJI rumor cycle. It's one thing to see grainy, leaked images online. It's a completely different thing when fully packaged creator combo units start appearing on store shelves in places like Colombia. Retailers don't put stock out unless they have confirmed schedules and internal arrival dates. Earlier speculation pointed to a March to April window, and everything we're seeing now lines up perfectly with that. The global spread of these sightings also tells us something important. DJI isn't planning a slow regional rollout. This looks like a wide, simultaneous release, which means if you're planning to grab one, you probably won't have to wait long after announcement day. The machine is already moving. Now, here's where the debate gets interesting. The Pocket 4 is keeping the same 1-inch sensor as its predecessor. And yes, before you close the tab, hear me out. Because DJI isn't chasing a bigger sensor, they're chasing better performance from the one they have. And the numbers back that up. We're looking at 6K video at 60 frames per second, which is a significant jump from the 4K ceiling of the Pocket 3. For anyone who shoots and edits seriously, that extra resolution headroom when cropping or reframing footage is a genuine game changer. Still image performance is reportedly jumping to around 50 megapixels, which is a massive leap from the previous generation. And while the sensor size stays the same, software processing, things like pixel binning for low light, will likely close the gap in ways that raw hardware specs don't always show. On paper, it looks like a modest update. In real-world use, it could feel like a completely different camera. Stabilization has always been one of the Pocket series' strongest selling points, and the Pocket 4 looks set to push that even further. The expected upgrade to a 4-axis hybrid stabilization system should handle vertical movement much more effectively, which matters a lot if you're shooting while walking or running. That's not a small tweak. Vertical shake is one of the hardest things to correct in post, so catching it at the hardware level is a real win. Tracking is also getting smarter. ActiveTrack is expected to move from version 6.0 to 7.0, meaning better motion prediction and more reliable locking even when subjects move unpredictably or step behind something. On the ergonomics side, a slightly longer handle, a dedicated thumb reach zoom button, and a customizable C button should reduce how much you're poking at the touchscreen mid-shoot. Small changes, but the kind that make a real difference over a long shooting day. A few more details worth knowing. The Pocket 4 is expected to continue its seamless compatibility with the DJI Mic 2, keeping wireless audio clean and simple without needing extra receivers, which is exactly what you want on a compact run-and-gun setup. There's also talk of a new LED light accessory aimed at vloggers shooting in low-light environments. Battery capacity is rumored to land around 1,545 mAh, which should push recording times beyond what the previous model offered. As for pricing, the base model is expected to fall somewhere between $499 and $599, with the creator combo likely sitting in the $649 to $749 range. That keeps it right in line with DJI's established pricing strategy, premium but not untouchable. And here's the thing we haven't talked about yet. There are early rumblings of a higher-end Pro version with a dual camera. We'll get to that in a second. So, is the DJI Osmo Pocket 4 worth getting excited about? Honestly, yes, but keep expectations realistic. This isn't a full redesign, it's a smart refinement. Better video, sharper photos, smoother stabilization, and improved usability all add up to a solid upgrade. The real twist is that rumored Pro version with dual cameras. If that's real, it could change everything and might be worth waiting for. With retail units already surfacing, the official launch feels very close. So, what are you doing? Grabbing the base model, the creator combo, or waiting for the Pro? Let me know in the comments. What if the next big camera upgrade is not louder, faster, or flashier, but simply smarter where it matters most? Because that is exactly the vibe surrounding the upcoming DJI Osmo 360 II. On the surface, it looks like a familiar refresh. Same compact body, same immersive shooting style. But underneath, the leaks suggest meaningful upgrades in battery life, connectivity, and overall reliability. And trust me on this one, those are the changes that creators actually feel in daily use. In this video, we are going to break down what the latest filings reveal about the Osmo 360 II, when it might launch, how much it could cost, and whether this upgrade is worth getting excited about. So stick around, because the timeline here is starting to make a lot more sense. Let's start with the detail that kicked everything off. The DJI Osmo 360 II recently appeared in regulatory records late last year, and that is usually the first official breadcrumb before a launch. These filings are not marketing hype. They are technical approvals that confirm a product is real and ready for release. You know, it's funny, most people skip over these documents, but they often tell the most honest story. What stands out here is the upgraded wireless capability. Faster connectivity means smoother file transfers, more reliable remote control, and better live streaming performance. Think of it like upgrading your home internet. The speed increase doesn't look exciting on paper, but the moment you use it, everything feels easier. Now, here's where timing becomes interesting. Based on the typical pattern we've seen in previous DJI launches, products like the DJI Osmo 360 II usually appear in public records a few months before they hit the market. That places the likely release somewhere in the early part of the year. In my experience, companies rarely rush this stage. They wait until inventory is ready and distribution is lined up. So when you see this step completed, it means the countdown has already started behind the scenes. Here's where the debate gets juicy. We're no longer asking if the DJI Osmo 360 II is coming. We're asking how soon it will show up in stores. Let's talk about one of the most practical changes coming to the DJI Osmo 360 II, battery life, because nothing kills creativity faster than watching your camera shut down in the middle of a perfect shot. Early information suggests a noticeable jump in capacity, which could extend recording sessions beyond what the previous model offered. That might not sound dramatic at first, but think about a long travel day or an outdoor adventure shoot. Fewer battery swaps mean less interruption and more freedom to focus on capturing the moment. And honestly, this is one of those upgrades that doesn't look flashy in headlines, but makes a huge difference in real-world use. Now, let's get into the imaging side of the Osmo 360 II. The core hardware appears similar to the previous generation, which means the focus here is refinement rather than reinvention. That includes better processing efficiency, improved low-light performance, and smoother video stitching. Specs are one thing, but user experience is a whole different game. When processing becomes faster and smarter, editing becomes easier and footage looks cleaner straight out of the camera. For creators working with immersive content, that translates into less time fixing problems and more time telling stories. Another area expected to improve on the Osmo 360 II is stabilization. Modern cameras rely heavily on software, and even small tweaks can make footage noticeably smoother. Imagine filming while running or hiking. The difference between shaky and stable footage often comes down to how smart the system is. The design will likely stay compact and lightweight, which is exactly what users want. So, what do we know? The Osmo 362 is shaping up to be a smart evolution, not a dramatic reinvention. If you want flashy upgrades, this might feel subtle, but if you care about real-world usability, this starts to look very appealing. So, what do you think? Is the DJI Osmo 362 the upgrade you've been waiting for, or are you holding out for something bigger? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss what comes next.